This is the Thayer Podcast for Thursday, September 5th, 2024. One of the big deals in today's political arena is the changing reputation of the mainstream media. Accusations fly almost every day about how the cable news outlets slant their news reporting. The worst offenders, they say, are ABC, CNN, and MSNBC, all of which are not shy about opining from the left. CNN's management, however, has run afoul of its ownership and has slipped more towards the center. Fox News has slipped very little from its position as cable's bastion of conservatism. Online, the most conservative outlets include the Wall Street Journal and Newsmax. Fox and MSNBC easily represent the extremes of today's mainstream media by virtue of their slanted news coverage. Print media is not much better. The most liberal newspaper, at least based on its editorial policies, appears to be the New York Times. I'd rate the Atlantic magazine as having the second most liberal politics, closely followed by New Yorker. It's pretty common these days to hear the name Walter Cronkite. He was the CBS News anchor who earned the title Most Trusted Man in America. That handle originated in a 1972 Oliver Quayle opinion poll. Cronkite received numerous awards over his 30-year career, including 2 Peabody Awards, a Greg Polk Award, and an Emmy. In 1981, he was awarded the President's Medal of Freedom by President Jimmy Carter. What set Walter Cronkite apart from the rest of the news world was his insistence on reporting only the Fourth Estate's 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. Cronkite was adept at leaving out opinionated words and phrases that pepper most news stories these days, even when he reported extemporaneously just after President John Kennedy was assassinated. The crux of one of today's news reports can be discovered pretty easily by simply eliminating the adjectives and adjunctive phrases. Whether the reporter thinks something is good or bad has no bearing on the story. That's something that's supposed to be determined by the person reading, listening to, or watching the news. In a recent article, the LA Times reported that former President Trump did something breathtakingly cynical, certainly immoral, and probably illegal the other day. Trump used an appearance on the hallowed grounds of Arlington National Cemetery, a resting place for many who honorably served their country, to make a campaign video. Trump was ostensibly at Arlington to commemorate the 3rd anniversary of the killing of 13 American service members by a suicide bomber during the chaotic American withdrawal from Afghanistan. He said the soldiers' family members, some of whom disparaged President Biden at the Republican National Convention, invited him. But even the grieving families of fallen soldiers do not have a right to trash Arlington's protocols. Now, let's fix that story and report it properly. Former President Trump attended ceremonies at Arlington National Cemetery to commemorate the 3rd anniversary of the killing of 13 American service members by a suicide bomber in Afghanistan. The soldiers' family members had invited him and allowed his team to take video of the observances. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Semper Fi.